case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
The Peevyhouse saga began as a contract dispute over a coal mining lease in which Garland Coal and Mining Company fell short on their promises of remedial work. The Peevyhouses, owners of the land leased to the mining company, sought reparations after the company failed to perform post-mining restoration. Although the repair would have cost around $29,000, they settled for a claim of $25,000. Yet, the trial court awarded them significantly less than the requested amount, leaving both parties dissatisfied and appealing the verdict. At the heart of the appeal was a debate over the appropriate measure of damages. The trial court's instructions to the jury were under scrutiny, and the pendulum swung between two principles: a cost of performance rule, which compensates based on the cost of pending restorative work, and a value rule, which looks at the difference in the market value of the property before and after the work. This tug-of-war led the jury to award the Peevyhouses $5,000, dramatically less than the cost of performance, but more than the raw value of their farm post-mining. Ultimately, the Oklahoma Supreme Court made its decision largely by adopting a somewhat middle-ground approach. Taking into account relative economic benefits and existing Oklahoma statutes, it limited damages to the diminution in value of the premises due to non-performance. This rule of thumb essentially protected defendants, as in this case, from economic punishment that would be grossly disproportionate to the income they received from fulfilling the primary terms of the contract. By this logic, the Supreme Court affirmed the trial court's verdict, but with a notable modification. It reduced the Peevyhouses' damages to a mere $300, considering that the remedial work Garland Coal and Mining Company skipped was only incidental to the main purpose of the mining lease. This controversial ruling sparked Justice Irwin's dissent. He contested that the breach, while not central to the lease, was nonetheless deliberate and for profit, and therefore the defendant's economic gains should be factored into the damages. To him, the Peevyhouses were entitled to either performance costs or specific performance, arguing for balance between the ethics and economics in breach of contract cases.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.